So a lot of people have been wondering, how did I do my whole wide receiver franchise with Jace Turner career mode, where I put him on a totally new team with a college football roster? I'm going to show you exactly how to do that today. It's probably going to take you about 30 minutes from start to finish, so let's get right into it. So first you want to go over here to customize, and you want to go to share and manage files. Now this is where you're going to download the college football roster. You see it's in download community files. We are going to go in here, and you want to go over to the roster files, hit the right bumper. It will be R1 on the PS4. So we're on roster. I normally sort these by the amount of downloads they have, so all you have to do is come over here and sort that out. And you see a lot of these things have a lot of downloads. The likes and dislikes are kind of iffy. You don't want to go by just by that. You want to look at how many downloads, and you want to pay attention to when they added this stuff, when they updated the roster. So that's a realistic roster. You can go down. They have a Legends roster. That one says over 1,000 players. You can do that if you want. Now, this is the one that I use. It's called College Football. 70 plus college football players with faces. And they uploaded this one. Actually, they basically, updated this one on January the 24th. So it's pretty accurate. So we're going to go in and click on that. And we are going to go ahead to download file. Now, we can save it as a new file. This one I'm just going to put QJB test, just so you can get an idea of what we're going to do with this roster. So we're going to save it. So once we save that roster, you want to come over here to load and delete. Now we just want to make sure that we have this one loaded up. We are going to go ahead and load that file. File loaded successful. Now this is where you can get creative, and you can do pretty much anything you want with the free agent. So we're going to go over to manage rosters. That's what you want to do. Sign free agents. Now we can put these free agents on any team that we want right now. And when we go to our career mode, they will be on that team. So we want to put Barkley. Let's say we want to put him not on the Cowboys. We're going to move the Cleveland Browns. We're going to make them a new franchise. So let's put Barkley on the Browns. Let's see what quarterbacks that we have. We have Mayfield. We have Darnold. We're going to put Baker Mayfield on the Browns roster. And you can keep on going on down. You can put these players on any team that you want. They even got Kaepernick. They got RG3. So they have some of the free agents that are really free agents in real life. So once you have that all sorted out, we are going to go start a franchise. Now you want to go over to franchise. I prefer doing an offline when you're doing this. So we're going to start an offline franchise. Start new. And this is important. You want to use your active roster. You don't want to use the preseason roster, or that'll erase everything that you did. So use the active roster. We are going to select that one. And now it's going to take us to the franchise screen. You see it's importing all those players that we're going to be using. And we're going to go over here to the Cleveland Browns. And we are going to select them. You see they have Barkley on there, 85 overall. He's the third best player. Now, what you want to do is you want to change your role to owner. Now, we're not going to do the player just yet. You have to skip a whole year. You want to just go ahead and select the active owner. Now, for the starting point, I'm going to do preseason just because there's a couple things you have to do just to be safe before you go into the season and before you start the process of moving your team. So, league settings, I go into here. This is the settings that I use. I go all Madden. Simulation, what else did I do? Coach firing, on, it doesn't really matter right now. Relocation settings, you want to say everyone can relocate, or at least users only, but I just do everyone just in case another team wants to leave their city and start somewhere fresh. Now injuries, I normally turn those off for right now. You don't want to have one of your players have like a season ending injury at the moment. Practice squad stealing, that's fine. I don't care about that. And player progression, it doesn't really matter. You can do weekly. And the quarter length, I normally play 10-minute quarters, accelerated clock, minimum play clock time 20. Now, this is also what you want to do. I'm going to go to simple because I want all this stuff to be controlled by the computer right now. We want all this stuff to be auto. Now over here, you don't really need a tutorial. Now as far as progress players, you want the computer to do that, and it really doesn't matter. They can fill the roster too. So we have all that set up. We're gonna go ahead and start our franchise. So now we are in franchise, and we are gonna go over here to manage. Now before we do that, we can take a look at our depth chart if you would like. And we are gonna see Shaquan Barkley is on the squad, Baker Mayfield is on the squad. So it worked out how we did the rosters. Now keep in mind, other teams are gonna be signing free agents too. So if you wanna put a certain rookie on a certain team, you need to do that before you go into franchise mode. So now, we're gonna go over to my owner. Actually, we're gonna go to improve team. No. Where do we go? My owner. All right, so we go to my owner, and we go down here to stadium, and we wanna go down to relocate. Now you can upgrade the team, you can rebuild the stadium. We're actually gonna confirm that we wanna relocate the team. So it's gonna be things to do that we have to pay attention to. So you don't wanna really skip the whole season just yet. You wanna go back, and we are able to actually go to the advance. We can advance to the start of the regular season. We are gonna sim ahead. Now once we do that, we are gonna be able to relocate our team. Now before, if we would have skipped all that, I don't think we would have been able to relocate. So you want to make sure you start your season in the preseason instead of going straight to the regular season, because we told them in the preseason that we wanted to relocate our team. You're going to keep advancing from week to week until they let you know it is ready for you to begin your relocation. So we're going into week number 2, and we are going to see if they're ready for us to move our team. This is how you're gonna get your custom team. You wanna keep on going until you get that notification. So here we are at week number 5, and you see it popped up. Start relocation. So we wanna click on this right now, and we wanna view available cities. Now, you know, on my Jace Turner career mode, I ended up picking Toronto. As you see, that is right up. Where is it at? Oh, there it is, Toronto, Canada. So it tells you the market size, it tells you the personality of the fans, and you want to basically see the fan interest also, and you want to choose wisely. They have all these cities. Now before you choose your city, there's a really cool YouTube video that shows you where every city that you can relocate to, every uniform. That may help you decide where you want to go, because at first I didn't know where I wanted to go, and I was kind of basing it off the uniforms, but then I wanted to go to a place that was really, really cold, so I ended up picking Toronto. But you see, we have all these spots. They have all their different fan interests. They have all their different market size. And I think one of the most interesting teams out here is London, so I am gonna pick that right now. So once you do that, you wanna go ahead and advance to the next week, and then they're gonna let you start picking your name, uniform, all that cool stuff. Now keep in mind, we're still handling the owner mode stuff right now. So now we're gonna choose the name of the squad that we want. You can keep the original name of the team if you want, but check out the fan interest. They don't want to be the Browns anymore. You're looking at the Bulldogs. They have a little bit of interest. The Black Knights, I think they have some dope uniforms, and I'm actually gonna go with them most likely. The Monarchs, they're, you know, one of the highest ones that you can pick, but we are gonna go with the Black Knights, and then we're gonna move on to the next week. All right, so now we're choosing the uniforms. This is one of the cool parts also, and they have popularity down there at the bottom. They have fan opinions. So we're going with the London Black Knights, and we're able to look at these styles of uniforms. They give you 3 for each basically name that you can pick, and you get to choose which one you like the best. I kind of like that one. The shoulder pads are looking dope, ain't they? So we are gonna pick number 3. We're gonna go with that uniform, and we're gonna advance one more week. This week we're able to pick the stadium that we want. Now there are quite a few stadiums, and you see down at the bottom like the bill costs, the weekly costs, and all that. They have the capacity, and it tells you the fan opinion over to the right side. Now the stadium that I chose, you can go with basic, futuristic, basic hybrid, basic sphere, basic traditional, deluxe are the nice stadiums. You get more seating capacity, you get more suites, you know, and the fans like it a lot better. It is going to cost you a lot more money, but they are way better than basic. So I normally pick a deluxe stadium, and when I did my one with Jace Turner, I ended up doing the deluxe traditional stadium. But this time I'm thinking about picking a dome just to show you guys. So this one has 69,000 seating capacity. We are gonna go ahead with this one. So now you can advance all the way to the offseason if you choose, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. All right, so we're in the next season. This is very important now. You want to make sure, well, you could start the draft if you want to, but just to be on the safe side, I am going to go over here and I am going to retire. Now, once you retire, make sure you click create a new character, okay? So we're going to retire our owner. We're going to create a new character, and this is where you can choose your team. And we are going to go over here to the team that we just made, the Black Knights. Check that out. You see Shaquan Barkley went up to a 90 overall in that season. So we are going to pick them, and we are going to change our role, which is going to be player. If you want to have a player, you can use an active player, or you can create a player. You know I always create a player, but for time's sake, we're just going to pick an active player. We're going to be Baker Mayfield. And now we can start playing. So isn't that cool? And normally I would turn injuries back on after the preseason. So we're going to go in here now with Baker Mayfield. We're going to be controlling him, and we are going to be on this cool new team. But right now we need to go ahead and start the NFL draft. We're going to simulate that, and we are going to get into our new season on the London Black Knights. So now we're in the preseason. You can sim this if you want to and get into the real football, or you can play the preseason. Now I'm gonna go back to my settings and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna turn the injuries back on, but you can do anything you want depending on how you play your franchise. It doesn't really matter, but we're gonna turn them on just, we wanna make it more realistic. Now, we are gonna go into our first preseason game in the castle. You see the name of our stadium, and we are able to check out the uniforms. Let's see what they're gonna be looking like. Edit uniforms, and here is those custom unis that we got with this team. You see that? Looking pretty dope, man. We only have one helmet, but we have a couple jerseys, and normally I look at the amount of pants you have. So we only have these gray pants, and we have those black pants, and the shoes looking pretty good. We're just gonna go ahead and rock out with, I like those right there. Uniforms are looking fire. The stadium is looking fire. We got our team. We got our Baker Mayfield. We got our Shaquan Barkley. And we're in career mode. So this is how I did it with Jace Turner, except the only difference is I created a wide receiver and put him out here. But on here, you can pick a player that you want. You can pick a college player that you love and take him on a brand new team, a team of your choice, anything cool like that. So leave me a like for more. I'm gonna bring you some next week. We're gonna get it popping before the Super Bowl. That natty.